Megan Fox.
Yeah, Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox writes at PJ Media.
Eat Tucker.
And that was your last. Damn it, man. I cried for 2 days.
Megan, thank you very much for that.
So, I can explain the bed thing.
If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake. Crawl there.
It's like Jesus going into the temple. He's like, I got a whip. Get out! Get out! The lovely and wonderful Megan Fox. Not that one.
Not that one. Not the weird one that drinks blood in his toe thumbs.
Megan Fox.
Megan. And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry.
She's the devil.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
Megan.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that.
You've never met a like me. You want to tangle? You want to go? Holy sh**.
Too much cussing on this. I guess we didn't bleep it, so we got to turn it off. But it's.
You pissed off the wrong woman.
Oh my God! I have been assaulted when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother.
She's the devil.
Not for publication.
The story.
I'm Megan.
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 Megan Fox.
Mr.
Thank
Eggers,
you.
cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, good evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome back to the program. I'm Megan Fox, medium smart journalist and YouTuber, and I have new headphones. Not new headphones. They're old headphones because the other one's broke, and I had to duct tape them to my head, and it was a whole thing the other night. So if I hit my cord like I just did, oh God, I should have wrapped it up. All right. Anyway, Shure microphone systems are going to be sending me new headphones. I'm all excited about that. Oh, I just had my hair up and okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What's going on tonight is this. I got a message via Twitter, and it was really funny, as most of the messages that I get from you people, but it did catch my attention. And it said, I'm going to read some of this to you because this is what started my journey down this road. Now, I've only looked into this news story of Sebastian Rogers, which is not a news story. He went missing 6 months ago, it seems. But there is YouTube drama involved. It's good to know that we're not the only ones with YouTube drama over here in Turtle Purgatory world. There are other stories that are full of YouTube drama, like you can't even believe. People getting arrested and suing one another, and I know. Hey, expert, do you know about this case? Do you want to come on here and do this with me? Do you want to come on here and fill me in on what you know? Look, I will tell you this. I have no opinions on this story at all. And in fact, I'm probably going to surprise you with the opinions I have formed. I don't want to be pulled into this YouTube drama by any means. I don't plan on doing like a big long series on it, but I was supposed to do a show today with Tug, my usual Thursday night with Tug on his channel. But Hold on, something's in my ears. Okay, but he was unable to join me, so I got this message. And so I thought, well, I'll look into this story because, maybe it's interesting. Maybe I'll be able to do something about it. So this is the message that I got. All right. This is what it says. And again, I don't know if any of this is true. This is just what I got. And I'm going to show you then what I found. The story goes a bit like this. There was once a creator called Bullhorn Betty who refused to stay in her lane. She has this penchant, you see, for harassing and goading the families of missing adults and children. I don't know if that's true. This is just something someone sent me. She burst onto the true crime scene for suing the Laundries. Weirdly, I couldn't find anything online about her suing the Laundries, so I couldn't confirm whether that was true or not. Tug had family stuff to deal with tonight, so he will not be here. During the search for Gabby Petito, so apparently she sued the Laundrie family. We'll leap forward a few years from the Summer Wells case, where both of her parents lost their jobs. And this person is alleging that it was through things that Bullhorn Betty did. And her band of miscreants screeching and wailing through a bullhorn, some unsavory accusations, which to this day have yet to be proven in courts of law. Now she's inserted herself into the Sebastian Rogers story, along with TikTok Tony. I don't know who that is. Someone on TikTok. I don't go there. I don't go to TikTok. But apparently someone named TikTok Tony took the audience to the bathroom with him, and people may have seen his Todger. I don't know. I don't know these stories. I don't know. This is just what I was told. The mother of Sebastian has a restraining order now on Betty, as well as the Bowersox family. And they were also granted restraining orders too. And this person who sent me this message claims that Bullhorn Betty has stalked and harassed and claimed Sebastian's mom and stepdad have covered up what she thinks is murder. Now, there has been no body found. We're going to start at the beginning. I promise this is going to make sense at some point. Okay. So basically, I've been asked to look into this. And they're telling me that BHB, Bullhorn Betty, is a serial litigant too. That she's suing a creator named Queen Bee in Illinois. That she's refused to attend court in the cases other than by Zoom, or hasn't attended at all, like hasn't shown up, etc. So she's been arrested in Tennessee for... This is like Beetlejuice. Why? Have you done this? Have you talked about this case and then they show up and like wreak havoc? Listen, I have no dog in this fight. But you guys know that I always err on the side of free speech. You may be surprised with what I've found. You may be surprised. But what got me interested is when I started reading about this case and about the fallout on YouTube. It occurred to me there were so many similarities between what's been done to Turtle Boy in Boston. Turtle Boy has also he's now facing witness intimidation for doing what I believe are protected First Amendment activities. And also to Jeremy Hales, who was told by a judge that he couldn't, contact Lynette Preston or even have anyone who he talks to mention her name, all of that stuff. It's all very similar. And there's definitely a thread of like people who don't want to be looked into, like the Karen Reed witnesses, who will go after independent journalists. And I'm not saying that's what Bullhorn Betty is. I don't know. We're going to find out. But there is this pattern of people now going out who don't want to be talked about on YouTube, and they don't see it as media. And so they go, and Laura Owens tried it with the restraining orders against Dave Neal. She didn't want to be talked about by a YouTuber who she claimed wasn't a journalist. And frankly, that kind of thing kind of freaks me out. It doesn't sit right with me. And I don't think the journalists on YouTube ought to be held to any different standard than journalists on ABC or NBC. And the idea that you can't chase somebody down the street just because you're a YouTuber, or you can't go to their house to ask them questions just because you're a YouTuber, but ABC can, I don't see how that's okay. Now, it's not my style. I don't like to go knock on people's doors. But I don't see what the difference is. And maybe you don't like her style. Maybe you don't like, Betty or whatever her name is. Maybe you don't like her. That's okay. It's okay not to like Turtle Boy too. Maybe you don't like Aiden. Maybe you don't like Jeremy Hales. That's okay. But they all have a right to report the stories that they're interested in, including and up to knocking on doors. Like the thing about the First Amendment in the United States is it says that the freedom of the press shall not be infringed, which means the government cannot decide who is and who is not a journalist. Now, the public may decide that, but you can't stop anybody who thinks they're a journalist from journalisming. So we're going to look into this and see, from what I could find online, did I find any evidence that I keep wanting to say Bathhouse Betty. Why do I want to say that? Was there such a thing? Yes, there is a Bathhouse Betty. Wait. It's Bette Midler. I keep wanting to say Bathhouse Betty because not Bullhorn Betty, because Bathhouse Betty was one of it was an album that Bette Midler came out with. It's her 9th studio album. Yes, released in 1998. Great album. So if I say Bathhouse Betty a couple of times, that's why. All right, we are going to go over to my Miro board because I have a lot of stuff over there. We got to start over there. There it is. And let us begin with the beginning of this story, Sebastian Rogers. So, Sebastian Rogers disappears. And wait a minute. I got to get the link put up over here, don't I? Yes. Paste. All right. Sebastian Rogers is a 15-year-old. Hold on. It's not going to let me get the... Really? Hold on one second. I know you're not going to be able to hear this. I need to get the link on YouTube and transfer it over because I have a whole browser issue. Hold please while I figure this out. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's transfer you over to the YouTubes via the internet, shall we? Let's find out what happened to Sebastian Rogers.
A missing teen in Sumner County described to us exclusively how they feel on day 8 of their son's disappearance.
Why won't this get bigger? That's what she said. This won't get bigger. What is wrong with this?
Tonight, the parents of
Get bigger. There we go.
A missing teen in Sumner County described to us exclusively how they feel on day 8 of their son's disappearance. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Marius Payton.
And I'm Lauren Lowry. Sebastian Rogers is 15. He was last seen by his parents on February 25th in Hendersonville. Sebastian has autism, and he's gone without his medication this whole time. And since then, authorities have searched by air, by foot, and on horseback.
Helicopters, drones, and dive teams have also been brought in to try to find him. Today, his parents spoke exclusively to our Holly Thompson.
She's live tonight in Sumner County. Holly, I imagine it was quite an emotional interview.
All right. Well, since I'm the one, you're watching my stream, I'm the one doing this stream, you know I'm going to have some comments on hair and outfits. The pink dress over here on the left, it's a little bit too close to her skin color, if you ask me. And out of my peripheral vision, because it's on that screen over there, it almost looks like she's not wearing any clothes, which I imagine some of you are like, hey, that's all right with me. But I would go with a different color for this dress, though I like the style. I'll give her hair an 8. And this one over here in the red, I like the red. And baldy over here, a bald head is always good for me. He's got a good shine going. It works. All right.
Certainly was. It is hard for any of us to imagine the emotions that this family is going through.
Just want to say about Holly Thompson's hair, I appreciate that she's not wearing extensions. I've gotten to the point in life where I just am happy when women on the news are not wearing ridiculous extensions. Speaking of extensions, my hair is getting really long. Has anyone noticed how long it's getting? Look, it's like halfway down my back. It hasn't been this long since I was a kid.
Right now, but we know one thing is certain. They remain positive. They are holding on to hope that their son Sebastian will return home safely.
Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now?
I just want my baby to be okay.
Can I just say, I did see there's a bunch of comments, by the way, on this YouTube video that say the parents are crying without tears. She literally has a tear right there on her lip. She's about to suck into her mouth. So can we please not say that she's not crying? The tears are literally streaming down her face right now as we are watching her. So please don't say that she's not crying, because I think she is. But also, this poor woman, can we just talk about the awkwardness of being a journalist and having to interview parents who've lost children? I've done it, and it is incredibly awkward. And I'm sure she does feel empathy. I'm not suggesting that this woman doesn't, but it's a little much.
Hope that
right
their
here
son Sebastian will return home safely.
with the look of concern.
Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now?
Can you walk us through? She's almost crying. Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now? I'm sorry. I know it's hard to be in this position, but the forced emotion when it's not your kid and it's, you don't really have this, you're not really at the brink of tears over this, are you? It's a little cringe, but it's hard. I'll give her a pass because this is a really hard thing to do. It is such a hard thing to do, because you will never understand what a family is going through who've lost a child unless you've lost one yourself. So I'll give her a pass, but she could rein it in a little. So pull it back. Here's how I would say it. What's the question? Wait.
Now,
Safely.
What's the question?
can you walk us through what you're thinking right now?
Okay. How about this? Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now? But just pull it back a little, okay? Not can you walk us through what you're thinking right now? Lady.
Now,
I just want my baby to be okay.
Okay, so you see real tears. These are tears. I can see multiple tears. One just got sucked into her mouth. The other one is running down the other side of her face. Like literally, look, shining tears right there. And there was one right there.
I don't know where he's at.
Mom Katie broke down several times in our interview, but says her hope is strong that her son Sebastian will be found safe and return home.
He's going to walk through that door, and this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
Stepdad Chris says it's been an emotional roller coaster that all started Sunday night, February 25th.
Pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you."
Katie says she went to wake up Sebastian around 6 a.m. Monday for school, and he was gone. Within minutes, Katie says she was on the phone with Chris, who was working out of town, and they quickly called 911.
And he's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
I mean,
How does she know he did walk out the door? Could have gone out a window.
he's a good kid. He's not He's not a mischievous child by any means.
Katie and Chris say Sebastian is not on social media. While he loves to play Minecraft, they tell me he does not have any online capabilities. I asked if there was any reason he might want to leave.
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. He's that morning he was laughing, he was joking.
It's as if Sebastian vanished. No sign of him on any video throughout the community. Thousands of miles logged by law enforcement, canines, helicopters, even dive teams, and no sign of him. Chris and Katie tell me they've been harassed. People.
Okay, now we begin the story of the harassment that they say that they have suffered. Now, if you want my opinion of this interview and these parents, this is his stepfather, by the way, not his biological father. So mom and stepfather. So far, I'm not seeing anything weird. I'm seeing two people who appear to be grieving. She's rocking back and forth. That's a self-soothing kind of body language. I'm not seeing anything that's causing red flags to go off for me. Yeah, so Mira Dave, I heard that too. I thought he was gone in the morning. She just said he was laughing that morning. We also do not know how this was edited. She could have been talking about the morning before when she had seen him before school or something, and about him laughing and talking and then they just edited it in a place that didn't make sense. So that's possible, because that's what I really hate about edited interviews. That's why I really like to do live interviews. And I always, when people want to interview me, I don't allow editing. Like, very rarely do I say yes to an interview that's going to be edited, because I've had that happen to me before, where they will edit something completely out of context and make you sound like a moron. So it's very possible that she said that in as an answer to an earlier question, and they just spliced it in right there. And you wouldn't know, because the person who's doing the over talking, they go back to her or to some footage that they have B-roll, and then they go back into the interview, and it makes you think she said it right then, but probably not. Just saying.
Pointing fingers at them.
You're not in this situation. You don't quite understand. I wish people would step back, take a different wide open view, and not assume what they know. It's just better to stick to the facts.
Are you both in the clear?
I can tell you that.
Why is she still almost crying? What is with this reporter? Are you both in the clear? Are you both in the clear? The eyebrow, okay, I have no eyebrows. I need to get my eyebrow pencil so you can see my eyebrows. Hold, please. Nope, not now. I'm on a stream. Don't you have your own bathroom to take a shower in?
Dad is redoing it.
Oh, that's right. All right, fine. I'll turn the camera off and you can go by. Hold on. Let me turn the camera off. Where's my mouse? All right, go ahead. Sorry, Spawn has to use my shower. Are you going to be going back and forth, or what? You're good? All right, cool. All right. All right, now you can see my eyebrows. Look. She's got the concern eyebrows. She's like, are you both in the clear? Are you in the clear? What is with the eyebrows? Oh my God. All right. It's fun to have my bathroom right here. I can just go in, do my eyebrows real quick. Look, now you can see them. Look, now I look like a normal person, not like someone without eyebrows.
It's just better to stick to the facts.
Are you both in the clear?
Are you?
I can tell you.
Look at those
Mom,
concern
stick to the
eyebrows.
facts.
Are you both in the clear?
Whoa. Lady, are you both in the clear? She's got that concerned face down. Look at her.
I can tell you that Mom, myself, and the father have worked very fully and cooperatively with all agencies across the board. We have anything that they've wanted, we have provided.
What do you want to say to Sebastian?
Do you like how my kids just totally do not pay any attention to the sign on the door that says, "Do not come in"? Do you like that? Like I literally hung a sign on the door. "Do not come in." They just barge right in. Here she goes again with her concerned face. What is she saying now?
What do you
We have anything that they've wanted, we have provided.
What do you want to say to Sebastian? What do you want him to hear from you right now?
That we love you so much and we want you to come home and you're not in trouble.
Now, Katie did.
Yeah, see, I thought their interview was pretty good. I mean, no red flags to me. The red flags for me was this lady with the concern eyebrows and the near crying. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird. All right. Guys, this stream for sure is going to be demonetized. So, as usual, Super Chats, Venmos, PayPals, what's the other thing I do? Cash App, all accepted and all great. And also, I pay for Hangry's golf lessons on Venmo, and I'm on the low side. So if anybody wants to send me Venmo for Hangry's golf lessons, you can do that. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen because I'm not above asking for the grift. All right. And we're going to have to talk about things, especially in the next clip, that are definitely going to be demonetized. So just letting you know, that's going to happen. There is a super chat to get to. Let me see. Fake lore. Oh, it's good to see you. Thanks for the 5. Tom from MySpace got me pregnant with triplets after one French kiss. I can't wait to see that lawsuit, Laura. Can you bring that one? Because I would love that. All right. Let's see if there's anything left here that she's going to say, that Concern Eyebrows is going to talk to us about.
And tell me that even though Sebastian does have autism, he is a smart teenager. He is highly functional. They say if you see him, say his name, say Sebastian, and he'll respond. He'll at least acknowledge you.
Good to know.
And I can tell you, this is my home. This is my community. And the people here are strong. They say they will continue to search. They will continue to hope and continue to pray for Sebastian's safe return. And by the way, you can watch my full exclusive interview with Sebastian's parents on our WSMV4 app. Live here in Hendersonville, Holly Thompson.
All right, Holly Thompson, thank you for your contribution to my stream. All right, so let's get back over to the board, shall we? Here we go. All right. So we have the parents that spoke out. And a lot of people were very critical of that interview. I really didn't see it. I didn't see a whole lot of like, ooh, that was terrible or anything that really stuck out to me. I just didn't. I didn't see it. All right. What do we have next? Dad, on the other hand, says that mom is responsible. So that's a problem. Let me get over there. Hold, please, while I switch this over. You won't be able to hear this because it's on a... I have to switch it. I know. I'm failing at YouTubing tonight, you guys. What can I tell you? I'm failing at it. I'm just failing miserably. Where's my hold music? There we go. All right. Julie Grant. Oh, this bitch. I can't stand her. She's the one who went after Maya Kowalski for wearing a short dress to homecoming. This woman should be ashamed of herself. Like, ashamed. But we have to watch her because it is what it is. But I've not forgiven her for that.
And still no sign of Sebastian Rogers. The 15-year-old disappeared in the middle of the night on February 25th. His mother was the last person to see him and says that he left the house without any shoes on and just a flashlight. So where is he? Searchers continue looking for Sebastian. And this morning, we have a very special guest joining us on the program, Sebastian Rogers, biological father.
All right, let's skip ahead to the 4-minute mark where it gets good. He's got some interesting things to say.
Are you leaning towards a potential kidnapping?
Anything is speculation at this point in time, because there is no, as they have said, evidence that leads towards foul play. But there's things that just don't add up. His mother was the last one to see him. She's responsible for this, either through negligence at the bare minimum.
Has she been a good mother to Sebastian?
Not in my opinion.
Oh boy.
This is the third time that you know.
Whoa, this is the third time he's gone missing? Interesting. According to Dad.
My son's come up missing now under her watch. Time before that, her and Chris let my son get molested and raped in their apartment.
Whoa. Wait, what? Okay. Dad says that he was molested in her care when they lived in California, that an older child molested him. Now, interestingly enough, when I hear something like this, so as I was going through this evidence and I'm going through these videos, I hear that. I immediately stop playing the video. I get over to Google. I start Googling. Are there any reports, police reports, anything that Sebastian Rogers had this incident in California? Was it reported? Was it? The only people who reported this was Court TV. Court TV. Why? Now, there's one of two reasons. Laziness. Or two, there's no proof of this. That these are, specious allegations that have no basis in fact. So, you don't know. But he does go on to say that Sebastian had started therapy for this. So there must be therapy records. Have the police gotten those therapy records? Did they talk to the therapist? Have they done that? Because that's a big deal. That's a big deal. If that's true, and we don't know if it is, because this could be just angry dad in a divorce situation who wants to throw nasty accusations around. Possible. But let's listen to what he has to say.
And the time before that, I did a well care check because she let a known sex offender who, yes, did their 9 years in prison, but she left my son around that person. You don't do that. If you're a parent, you don't do that. You're supposed to protect your kid. You don't put them in where they can get in any type of harm's way.
Now, I have to believe the police must have looked into this. They had to have. If there are two allegations that not only was he molested by an older child, but then he was also in the presence of a convicted child offender, they had to have looked into this, right? We would hope. One would hope, correct? Right? Please, someone give me a yes. We think I think, okay, Manders says, why sling all these accusations at each other? How is that helping find him? At this point in the case, this is many months later, and he's still not been found. Nothing's really happening in the case. And if these things are true, Dad has a good point. If he really did go missing 3 times before, if that's true, And he's saying, I think she is not a good caretaker of him, that this could be her. Are they looking into that? Are they investigating all these possibilities? We should hope so. But here's the thing. Even a journalist cannot find out because it's an open investigation. This is an open missing persons case. And so if they have looked into it, we wouldn't know. And if they didn't look into it, we still wouldn't know. So it's just an open question.
Seth, you said something.
Look at Julie. Julie's about to swallow her tongue. Because this guy, and I'm joking, because this guy on national television just accused his wife of 2 major crimes. And she's like, oh, holy shit, legal is not going to be happy with me. Look at her face.
Very upsetting.
Look at her.
Seth, you said.
Watch her face. These are concerned eyebrows.
Seth,
she's like deep breathing. She's like, Seth
said something very upsetting, very shocking. Yes. And I just want to go back just a moment. You said that your wife allowed your son, Sebastian, your ex-wife, I should say, your ex-wife allowed Sebastian to be in a situation where he was molested and raped?
In California. And Chris in her apartment. They let a child who was 5 years older than my son play with my son and didn't bother to check on him there neither.
All right, there's a good question in the chat. Then why doesn't he have custody? There's a lot of reasons for that. And if his ex-wife is now remarried and they have more money than he does, it's possible that they can out-litigate him, and that's why he doesn't have custody. Just because somebody doesn't have, you can't say one way or the other why someone doesn't have custody. So on one hand, when fathers get custody, I normally think, oh, there must have really been a problem there because the courts are very pro-mom. But just because mom has custody does not mean dad's a bad dad. And it also, similarly, the other way around as well, it's now getting a little bit more balanced where courts are also being biased against moms. But it's a very complicated court system. And that doesn't mean, just because he doesn't have custody, doesn't mean he did anything wrong. Just putting that out there. And I don't know anything about this case. I'm just saying, custody, family court cases are a mess. A mess. But normally, if dad has custody, you can bet mom has a very bad track record. Probably arrests, alcoholism, drug abuse, something very serious for dad to have full custody. Because in our court system, it's very weighted towards mom.
And he lost his innocence because of it.
Seth, I'm so sorry to hear this.
So the thing about this, let me just back up and let's hear that last part again, because the way that Seth says this leads me to believe he really believes it. He's getting choked up. He's very emotional. He believes this. I don't know if it's true or not, but he believes it. And you can tell. Watch his face.
And he lost his innocence.
Wait, no, a little bit back.
And my son played with my son and didn't bother to check on him there neither. And he lost his innocence because of it.
Seth, I'm so sorry to hear this.
That is not a man who doesn't believe that. He does. He believes it. So whether or not it happened or that's the story, he believes that it happened.
I'm so sorry to hear this. No child should be subjected to any kind of abuse whatsoever. Sexual abuse can be especially traumatic for a young child. Is this something that Sebastian has struggled with since then?
Yeah, finally was able to actually start getting him therapy for it last year.
See, these are the things that he says that make me believe this happened. There would be therapy records, and he hasn't been sued for this, as far as I know. His ex-wife did not sue him for saying these things. So that makes me think it did happen, and there are therapy records to prove it, or he wouldn't be saying this on national TV. Like, you wouldn't be saying that, because he would know that he would be in trouble.
The fact is that they weren't doing the correct thing, clearing California. And it's just last year finally getting him help because he's a victim. And now I'm finding out not only was, he was a victim of that, he's a victim of not getting the help he needs. And, I've listened to some of their podcasts where they make fun of him,
Whoa, what podcasts? There's a fruit fly in here. Dang it. It's because I have a glass of wine. The fruit flies found me. They came all the way upstairs for my glass of wine. What podcast is he talking about? Does anybody in the chat know? I know a lot of you in the chat know the story better than I do. What podcast and who is he talking about who was on a podcast making fun of their son for the way that he danced? Is he talking about his mother? I don't know. I don't know enough of the details.
Make fun of his dancing. Chris obviously has this thing about corporal discipline with him. And it's just...
Whoa, wait a minute. His stepfather is disciplining a 15-year-old with corporal discipline? Really? Corporal punishment for a 15-year-old? That's... By the time they're 15, guys, corporal punishment doesn't work anymore. Corporal punishment is like, for little ones who can't understand danger. So you have to give them a little whack, so that they understand, hey, don't touch the stove, it's hot. And this hurts a lot less than getting burned, right? Or don't run into the street, whap, because you're going to get hit by a car and that hurts a lot worse. But corporal punishment isn't for 15-year-olds. You have to talk to them. You have to use your words because, corporal punishment is for, and doesn't this kid have autism? You can't beat a kid with autism. Jesus, God, Jesus, be offense. Someone is telling me that CPS was called on them. Did Megan get her headphones? I don't see duct tape. I am using a pair of Apple headphones that I just so happen to have still that had the old port. I went through an old drawer of stuff, but Shure that gifted me my microphone saw my broadcast the other night where I was duct taping headphones to my head, and they are sending me a pair of wireless headphones that are going to go under my hair. So I will never wreck my hair with those nasty headphones again. So I am very happy and thankful to Shure for doing that. Elizabeth Palmer, thanks for the 5. Give me the beat, girl, and free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and grift away and grift away. Oh no, now that's going to be in my head. Give me the beat, boys, to free my soul. Diana Cook, thanks for the 10. Trying to catch up with the video. I'm at the interview with mom. I lost my 16-year-old son. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Almost 6 years ago now. He went camping with friends and fell off a cliff. It is still hard. Diane, I don't know how you put one foot in front of the other, and I don't know how you get out of bed every day. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for you. What a horrific thing to have gone through. I just can't. There are no words. I don't know what to say to you, Diane, except my prayers are with you. And, geez. Angel in Australia gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you so much, Angel. I appreciate that. Fake Laura Owens, thanks for the 5. Dang, even I know you don't hit an autistic kid, and I'm a bad mommy. That's right. You are a very bad mommy. That is true. All right, let's move on.
It's not good.
Seth, I'm so
I
sorry.
need to find my son.
Right.
And he's going to need extensive therapy now to put him back on the right track.
Yes. Was Sebastian the one who told you about the sexual abuse that had happened?
His mother did, and my son did. This happened in California, so Sheriff's Department, CPS was involved. Sheriff's Department was involved there. They wouldn't give me the kid's name, his last name. But at least the only thing I was able to do there was put the detective over that case in contact with the school psychologist so that at least they could protect the other children from this child.
Right. So no juvenile
California
proceedings commenced or anything like that, Seth, with this child. He wasn't brought to juvenile court.
Mm-hmm. No, in California, kids 13, they're like, he's too young to prosecute. And they wouldn't do anything about the parents either.
Oh my God.
Seth, I'm so
I mean, obviously this man is telling the truth. There's a legal history of this. He's not just making this up. Imagine that if your kid is molested by a minor, you can't even find out who it is. According to him, I mean, as the father, the non-custodial parent, they wouldn't even tell him what family, and they wouldn't do anything to their parents either. A child who's molesting another child is clearly a victim of child abuse. So did anybody help that child? Linz is saying, do we know this though? Linz, there's no way, like other people in the chat have said that Sebastian's mother or stepfather has confirmed that this did happen, and he has not been sued for this. So, I would say that it's more likely than not that this happened because he has a lot of facts about what he went through. And I did look it up to find out, did anyone dispute this story of Sebastian being the victim of a molestation? And I didn't find anything. I didn't find that his mother had disputed this story, or that she had sued him for defamation or nothing. So I'm going with more likely than not that this happened.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. My heart breaks for you for so many reasons, and this is just one more of those reasons. Tell me, please, Seth, what else do you want the public to know, as people all over are hoping and praying for your son Sebastian's safe return?
That I'm just looking for him. I need people to help. I'm just one person. I can do a lot, but I can't do everything. And I have to find him.
Absolutely. You have to find him. And we will continue doing everything we can here at Court TV to help you find him, putting his picture out there, video, talking about.
And I will give them credit. Court TV has kept it out there. In fact, they just had another video just a couple days ago, about how he has still not been found. So I don't give a lot of props to Court TV very often, but I'm going to do it this time. And I'm going to say that I think they've done a good job keeping Sebastian Rogers' name out there, keeping this case out there. And, hopefully we will find out. I hope, at this point though, 6 months, it's not looking good. Put it that way. Okay. It's not looking good. All right. Let's get back over to my board. Let's see what else we have going over here. There you are. All right. How do I make me small again? Okay. All right. So far we know that the mom and stepdad say they're being harassed by people outside of the case. Dad is holding mom responsible. He says she's not a good mom. He's been harmed in her care before. We have really no reason to believe that that's not true. Although because of the fact that the kid was a minor who did it to him, there will be no investigation. There will be no court case. There will be no nothing. So there's no way to find out. Obviously, I'm not done with my map here. As you'll see, there's blank things everywhere. This shouldn't even be here. Get rid of that. All right. Now enter in Andrea Lynn Griffin, also known as Bullhorn Betty. She is currently facing 6 violations of order of protection restraining order. Now, who is Andrea Lynn Griffin? It took me a while to find this, to find some, information. Now, and I can't vouch for this person who wrote this. It is a, oh my gosh, Kimbo. I totally used the Denman brush today. I did. Kimbo says, Megan Fox hair is on point. Denman brush be curling. Yeah, so I did not do a wash day today. I decided just to spray it down. And I used the Denman brush on it. And actually, it's still kind of drying. But look at the camera's doing that. But the ringlets are good, yeah? They're good. They're good. But this is like, I don't know, how many days are we talking here? Like, I can't remember when my last wash day was. I take showers with my hair on top of my head. So I don't remember. I usually wash about once a week, but I was feeling lazy this week and I still haven't washed it. So I decided to just wet it down. The chat's like, focus, Megan. Stop talking about your hair. The Denman brush is a miracle. All right. So we've got in Sumner County, we've got Bullhorn Betty, who's a YouTuber, facing 6 counts now of violating an order of protection. I found this article, and again, it's on Substack. It's by Olive Barker. I haven't even read the whole thing completely through, so let me share this with you. Here it is. I haven't even read the whole thing. We're going to read it through for the first time together to see if we can find out who is Bullhorn Betty, not Bathhouse Betty. Megan, God, I want to say Bathhouse Betty. Okay, let's read this. Just when you think this case doesn't get any crazier, it does. We are 6 months into the, when was this written? Oh, this week. This was written on the 26th. We are 6 months into this case, and there have been so many twists and turns, but we still have no answers regarding the disappearance of a 15-year-old boy. The case of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian Rogers is a 15-year-old autistic boy who went missing from Sumner County, Tennessee, on February 26, 2024. At the time of his disappearance, he was living in a home with his mother, Katie Proudfoot. Is she Native American? It's a very Native American last name. And his stepfather, Chris Proudfoot. Or maybe it's Chris who's Native American. According to Katie Proudfoot, she and Sebastian went to dinner at Texas Roadhouse before coming home and going to bed. When Katie woke up, she claimed that Sebastian was gone and that he had likely walked out of the house and someone had taken him. I mean, that's a really strange thing to leap to. If my kid was gone in the morning, I would not, well, unless it was my 18-year-old, who then I would know had just gone somewhere with her boyfriend. But if it was anybody else, if it was my 15-year-old, I would know she did not walk out of the house because, for one, she's scared of the dark. I would know that did not happen. Brad, the chat was just screaming for you because I was talking about my hair and they wanted you to keep me on track. Your ears must have been ringing. Chris's ex is Native American? That doesn't make sense. You don't take your ex's last name. A man doesn't take his ex's last name. Proudfoot must be his last name. All right, now we're going to go down this rabbit hole. I'm sorry, chat. I have to change. There we go. That's better. All right. According to Katie Proudfoot, we already read that. Since his disappearance 6 months ago, neither Chris nor Katie has looked for Sebastian. Well, that's this person's opinion, that they haven't looked for him. Is that a fact? I don't know. I don't know. And there has been a lot of family drama that involves Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers. As it stands, there are still a lot of things unknown about the case because the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has decided not to share any details regarding the case with the public. Well, that's pretty usual when a case is open. They will not share information about an open case. Now, let me explain to you why I'm reading a Substack article about Bullhorn Betty. The reason is because the mainstream media has done jack shit on this. They have done very little reporting on her, and I was hoping to find like some background information, like how did she get involved in this? Where did she come from? What is her, what's her deal? And this seemed like the most comprehensive thing. Now, obviously, this person has their own perspective. I'm not suggesting that I share this perspective, but I wanted to read it. Andrea Griffin, aka Bullhorn Betty. Now, the court docs say her name is Andra, Andra. So is it Andrea or Andra? Court documents say Andra, but we'll see. Andrea Griffin, otherwise known as Bullhorn Betty, is a self-described victims' rights activist and social media influencer on YouTube. Jesus, if I ever describe myself as a social media influencer, shoot me. Shoot me. Sorry, but that's the worst thing I can think of. I don't want to be an influencer. Please do not be influenced by me. Please. No. And there's nothing wrong with being a victims' rights activist either. There is something wrong with being a social media influencer, though. Don't do it. Her channel covers true crime cases, and for the last 6 months, she's been offering her subscribers daily reports on the Sebastian Rogers case. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having a true crime podcast. Nothing wrong with being obsessed with one case and just digging into one case and giving daily updates on a case. Totally normal. Nothing wrong there. I've been following this case quietly for a while now, but I wasn't sure what to make of Andrea until recently. Following the news report that Griffin was being served an order of protection by the family members of Sebastian Rogers for safety and stalking concerns, I found her behavior on YouTube to be a bit erratic. But the weird part is, guys, every time... No! Oh, no. Ronnie says I'm just a hairfluencer. Oh, no. You just influenced us to get a Denman brush. God damn it. I don't want to be an influencer at all. Don't let me influence you. You just influenced me not to wash my hair when I shower. That's on you. These are my decisions. You people should do whatever the hell you want. Don't let me or my show influence you to do anything. And also, I should have mentioned, do not contact anyone we talk about in this story. Never, ever contact anyone we talk about on my shows. That is not what we're here to do. I do not want you emailing anyone, leaving comments anywhere about anyone. Do not don't contact anyone in this story. I need to put that at the beginning of every single show, I swear. Keep talking about the brush. Influenced to be medium smart. I never said that you shouldn't shower. That is a lie from the pit of hell. You need to shower every day, preferably. You just don't need to wash your hair every day. I told Brad, the Denman brush will not help you. Your hair is too short. I told Brad to stop using the soap on his hair and, just do conditioner sometimes because his hair was getting dried out. But you don't need to wash your hair every day. You got to let your hair, just let it be. Yes, but definitely take showers. You can just put your hair on top of your head and not wash it. We don't talk about Bruno. Debbie Joe, how dare you get that song in my head? How dare you? It was my wedding day. Damn it. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Now you're going to have to hear it too. Are those water guns, Brad? All right. Anyway, moving on. All right. Let's see. All right. I was going to tell you the weird thing about the news reports that Griffin was being served an order of protection about. So I read all these news reports. And I cannot find the actual order of protection. But whatever they're quoting from the order. And so if any of you out there have the order of protection, the one that was filed in court, please email it to me. Let me put my email up on the screen. Hold, please. One moment. Where's my hold music? Oh, and by the way, make sure that you're subscribed to me over at meganfox.locals.com where there is a live chat going. I should go and check that. Where's my email? I have too many of these. There we go. Oh, who's knocking at my door? Hold on. My children need something, obviously. Yes? What do you want? Do you see the sign on my door? That's why I knocked? You really just said that? All right, fine. What's the request? Another one? Yeah. I told you, you got 1 hour. Yeah, but we're having a really fun time. All right, 1 more hour, and that's it. And I mean it. One more. That's it. When it goes off, it's bedtime. No. Close my door. Oh, the Minecraft addiction is real. All right, so if you guys have if you have that order of protection, I would like it at my email, please. Which has been up on the screen now for a long time. Okay. My children just completely ignore the sign. I say, don't you see the sign on my door? And he goes, that's why I knocked. Duh. That's why I knocked. All right. Again, you're an influencer of using duct tape to hold your headphones on your head. I just threw those headphones out, and they were good headphones to me. But anyway, the weird thing I found about the news reports that Griffin was being served an order of protection is that I read through all these news reports, and I literally could not find the thing that was illegal that she had done. So if she had done something that was really terrible, it should be in those news articles, right? Which is why I'm asking if anybody has the order of protection, please do send it to my email address, meganfox.writer@protonmail.com. I would like to read the actual arrest affidavit and the order of protection because I want to know, A, what did she do to get the order of protection, and what did she do to violate that 6 times? All right, let's keep reading. Following the news report that Griffin was being served an order of protection by the family members of Sebastian Rogers for safety and stalking concerns, I found her behavior on YouTube to be a bit erratic. Not long after the rumors of the report began, Bullhorn Betty took to YouTube and asked her subscribers for money so that she could hire an attorney to help her fight the order. Well, if I get served with an order of protection, like from Laura Owens, I'm going to ask my audience to help me to get a lawyer. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, you might not like this person, but that is not illegal. And asking she has an audience of like 36,000 people on YouTube. It's not illegal. There's nothing wrong with asking your audience to help you with legal fees that you may incur when you're doing your podcast. I mean, think of it this way. ABC 2020, Court TV, they have legal departments. They are totally indemnified, the people who do their broadcasts. They have an entire legal team ready to jump whenever they need them to. We don't. Independent creators do not have that. So you guys know you've helped me out with the Wauwatosa case. If something happens to me legally, I'm going to need a lawyer. And I'm just like you guys. I don't have $20,000 sitting around to hire a lawyer. I don't have a big corporation behind me. It's just you guys. It's me and you. You're stuck in the middle with me, folks. but I promise you I will try very hard not to get sued. Okay? But sometimes, as you can see in the turtle purgatory case, sometimes it's impossible. Oh, by the way, if you guys have been following along in that case, I do have my trailer is coming along. So I even have the awning. I did an awning for my turtle purgatory trailer. Look, it goes up and down. So you can fold it down when you're on the move, and you can lift it up when you're not on the move. Are you out now? You're done? I'd have to turn the camera off for a second. Hold, please. All right, you may go. Thank you. Oh, shoot. Can you grab the light, though? Because that's going to bother me. Must turn out lights and save your parents the electric bill. Nope. Wrong light. My husband is redoing her bathroom. You're stealing from me. I just want you to know that you're stealing from me. Listen, as your penance, you can go get me the bottle that's on the counter and bring it. Can you do that? Thank you. Close the door. All right. Anyway, so there's the awning. This is my little trailer from Turtle Purgatory, one of the trailers. I think this is going to be Jamie Johnson's trailer. And inside you can see there's a toilet and a stove and a little countertop with a dead plant. Just letting you know that that's how far ahead I've gotten on that. All right. Let's go back to what we were reading. Okay. General T. That makes one of us. He says, I'm high AF. Wish I could join you there. I just don't trust the gummies these days. All right. Are you back? Thank you. Yeah. Special delivery from the kitchen. All right. It's not Wine Mom Wednesday because it's Thursday. What do we call Thursday? What do we call Thursday? What do we call Wine Mom Thursdays? Doesn't work as well as Wednesday. All right, let's see. I saw Lauren on Twitter with her play-by-play of her gummy expedition. Okay. Oh, you're right. I missed the checkerboard contact paper. But hey, Joe, that was John's trailer. So I haven't quite done John's trailer yet. This one was the stolen trailer. This is the stolen one that's on Turtle Purgatory. I still have to make like 2 other trailers. Are you seriously coming back in this room right now? Are you really coming back in here? What do you need? Oh, look what you made me. Did you make them shorter? I did. All right, hold on. We have to have a, my daughter just made me these earrings. Look how pretty they are. I think I should wear them. Let me know if they're too long. Wait. How do I get them in there? I can't get them. There we go. Is it too heavy? No, they're not heavy at all. I love them. Glass beads. They're glass beads?
Yeah, even the little ones.
Spawn makes jewelry. I can't get the other one in. Why? Is my door open? Close the door. Spawn.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have to take these out. Ooh, I like.
Chandelier-inspired earrings.
And they're a little shorter than they were before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
You like
Hey,
them?
yeah, I do.
They look good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm finally done.
Okay. Close the door, please. She's been making me these for a couple of days. Isn't she talented? She asked me what kind of earrings I liked, and I said chandeliers, because I can't wear earrings anymore unless they're surgical steel, and it's really hard to find them in surgical steel. So she found me some backings and said she would make me some, and then she did. It's fantastic. All right, let's go back over here. All right, so she's asking for money to fight the order of protection. I think that's reasonable. She also claimed that the protection order wasn't valid because she hadn't been served properly. That's a legal conclusion. I don't know. I would have to know the circumstances, and I would have to ask a lawyer. Nonetheless, a court date was still provided by the Sumner County Court, and Andrea was still required to be in court on August 15th. When the day arrived for her to go to court to present her case, Andrea was not at the courthouse, and neither was her attorney. Always a bad move. That is always a bad move. You should always go to court when you are requested to be there. Always. Regardless of Andrea's insistence that the protective order was not valid, it was eventually granted by Sumner County. Now, just because a protective order was granted does not mean it's legal or it was required. For instance, in the Laura Owens case, Clayton Eckert, she got a protective order against Clayton Eckert, which was absolute bullshit. It was based on fraud, it was based on lies, and it was absolute bullshit. So just because a protective order is issued doesn't mean that the information that was given to the judge was all on the up and up or it was necessary. And we don't know whether she was served or not. My guess is that the serving was legal and that she should have been in court. If you are told to be in court on a certain day, you really should get there. Like, just get there. Because if you don't show up and you were legally served, you're now legally fucked. Okay? That's that. Oh, we've got some super chats here. Hold on, let's get to that real quick. Angel gifted 10 more Megan Fox memberships. Welcome to the Fox Den, everybody who got those. It's weird in here, but we have wine, so it makes it better. And Auntie Audie gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Welcome to the Fox Den. You'll get used to it. It's a little strange. Robert Tower says, be right back. Need to feed my dog before he eats me. I started this because I have the same thought every time I feed my dog, who's a 110-pound German Shepherd. Like, okay, I got to feed him now because if I don't, he's going to start eyeing me. Yeah, you got to be careful with those big dogs. Fake Laura Owens, thanks to the 5. You have bathhouse stuck in your head because of Gingras. His formative years were spent there. I want to call her Bathhouse Betty. Legally fucked with Megan. Oh my God. We should do a new series, Legally Fucked Fridays. Rosalind, I love you. Everyone go subscribe to Rosalind Duke's channel, by the way. She is hilarious. Rosalind, please drop your link in the chat. She's super funny. All right. Moving on. Oh, I really like these earrings. I haven't been able to wear earrings. Maybe I should put my hair up so we can appreciate the earrings because they really are fabulous. I haven't been able to wear earrings in a very long time. It's been years. Oh, look. They're so fun. Okay. So naturally, her followers began questioning her on why she didn't show up in court and why her attorney didn't either. Yeah, if you hired an attorney with your chat's money, that attorney should show up in court. That does seem suspect. That's the first thing here that makes me go, she shouldn't have done that. According to Andrea on her live stream, she was told by her attorney not to go to court, so she didn't. But then people started to call out the fact that she didn't even have an attorney listed on the affidavit. Was she trying to scam people for money? Some of her followers seem to think so. But despite these allegations, Andrea claims she's telling the truth and that she hasn't done anything wrong. She claims that she hasn't stalked the family of Sebastian Rogers, she hasn't threatened them in any way, and that she does have an attorney representing her that will later help her sue the Proudfoots for violating her rights. Sebastian's rescue ride. Seth Rogers, Sebastian's father, hosted a vigil for his missing son on the weekend of August 23rd. After live streaming the event on YouTube on August 24th, Andrea Griffin was arrested in Montgomery County before being transferred to Sumner County. for violating the protective order granted for Katie and Christopher Proudfoot. Why? Were they there? Was she like supposed to be several hundred feet away from them and they were at this thing, or what? Olive Barker Uncensored is a reader-supported publication. This is on Substack. And it looks like this person has written a lot about this case. And I did appreciate this, though. It's a good recap of how Andrea Griffin is involved in this case. So, Olive Barker, good job. I thought it was pretty good. Let's go back over to my... Where are we going? We're going back over to... my Miro board. Here we go. All right. Let's back up a little bit. All right. So now we've gotten to the point where she has, let's read the news articles, and you'll understand why I have questions. When we read these news articles, let's read this on, here we go. This is on WKRG.com, News 5, which I'm assuming is a local Tennessee paper by Caitlin Quisenberry and Addie Bink. Those are some names. Caitlin Quisenberry? Quisenberry? Is that a real name? And Addie Bink? Quisenberry and Bink? They're not Woodward and Bernstein. Quisenberry and Bink. Sometimes I love this simulation. It always gives us little gifts. Quisenberry and Bink. Sumner County, Tennessee. WKRN. The mother of missing... You want to hear my journalist voice? Ready? Here we go. This is my Julie Grant voice. The mother of missing Tennessee teenagers, Sebastian Rogers, said she's being stalked by a YouTuber who's covering the case. That YouTuber, however, claims she is innocent. Rogers, 15, disappeared 5 months ago from his family's home in Hendersonville, located about 15 miles north of Nashville. Dozens have and continue to search for the boy, though some efforts have been scaled back. How am I doing? Am I doing good journalist voice? While Rogers' father, Seth Rogers, recently spoke about searching for his son with Nextstar's WKRN, Sebastian's mother, Katie Proudfoot, and stepfather, Chris Proudfoot, have largely remained out of the media, even as interest in the case has spread. I can't keep this up. Despite maintaining their privacy, Katie now says she's being stalked and harassed. She recently requested a temporary order of protection against a YouTuber by the name of Bullhorn Betty. A description of the account, which has more than 34,000 subscribers, says Bullhorn Betty is a victims' rights activist who covers certain cases to help in the search of those missing and or presumed dead. The petition for an order of protection was filed last week in Sumner County with the sheriff's office. According to that document, Katie claimed that Andrea Griffin, the woman behind the Bullhorn Betty account, is inciting the public and her social media followers to aid in her stalking the Proudfoot family. Katie is quoted saying, in part, "She threatens us and posts live while driving by our home." Okay, wait a minute. Hold the phone. She threatens us how? She threatened you how? What are the threats? I'm going to need more than this. Posting live while driving on a public road past your house is literally not a crime, lady. That is not. This is very similar to what happened to Turtle Boy. He did a drive-by protest and they shouted some things out the window on a public street towards the McAlberts. And he's facing 120 years in jail, which is insane. Now, you may not like this woman. You might hate her YouTube channel. She might be the most obnoxious person that you've ever come across online. But this is not illegal. Driving by someone's home while being live on, now for one, I'm very against that because I'm very against doing lives while driving. Now, it's true. I've done a couple of locals lives while I'm driving, but I never look at the camera ever. I always look at the road. I do not look at the chat, and the chat can tell you that because I don't respond to them while I'm driving because I find it dangerous. Like, don't danger. Wait, where is the chat? Here we are. Here's the locals chat. Are they in there? Where's the chat? There you are. You are in there. Yay. All right, good. meganfox.locals.com. You can get in there and chat away. I forgot to open it up, so I want to make sure I have that open. So I don't like the driving so much, but, you know, that's still legal. And doing a live while you're driving... Fake Laura Owen says, that voice just got me more pregnant than the Octomom. Oh no. Am I in the hook for child support? Damn it, Laura Owens. This is not something you should be able to get an order of protection for. So is there more? She also called the YouTuber dangerous, adding that Griffin had accused the family of harming Sebastian. So it's Griffin's opinion that his family did something to him and that's why he's missing. I don't think that's a crime. And I don't think that someone having an opinion that you may have done something to your son it's not a crime. I mean, you could sue her for defamation, but getting an order of protection because somebody has opinions on YouTube you don't like that's not okay. Janine J says, please look at Bullhorn Betty's history. I'm doing that. We're getting to it. We are going to get to it, I promise. She is dangerous and is threatening my family and my family's safety. How? They never say how. It's just she is threatening and telling her followers to help and do the same. Okay, I'm going to need specifics, though. And everywhere I looked, I couldn't find any specific threats that this woman allegedly made. So if you're going to say these things and you're going to go after somebody... Now, remember when Laura Owens was after Dave Neal for threatening her? And we all know that Dave Neal didn't threaten her at all. This is vague booking. Stop vague booking and tell me what the threats were. Yeah, but Rage Star, lots of harassment is what I've heard. Yeah, but where is it? Could someone please show me the harassment? I've been looking all over the internet and I can't find any actual harassment. You may hate this woman. You may hate her YouTube channel, but I cannot find any actual harassment. I can't find it. For this case. It's not, if you know it, if you have it, if you guys have evidence that she harassed people, like actual criminal harassment, please send it to me, meganfox.writer@protonmail.com, because I am looking into it. My mind is open. I don't know any of these people. None of these people mean anything to me. I don't know any of them. Doesn't matter. I have watched some of her lives, Ariana. They're hard for me to watch because I'm not interested in them. But I have watched the one that has been like the drive-by or whatever, the driving one. I didn't get it. She's just in her car talking to the camera. She's not talking to anybody outside, driving in the neighborhood. So how is that threatening to anyone living in houses off the public street? I don't get it. So far, I don't get it. I'm not seeing it. Griffin told WKRN she had not received the temporary protection order, but said she was innocent of these accusations. If it is from her, then that is absolutely a falsehood. They can go and look at all my lives, Griffin said. My lives never come down off my channel. Driving on public property, on public roads, with a camera hanging out, there's nothing unlawful about that. She's right. There isn't. Yeah. Dose Reality says harassment these days often seems to be they said stuff I don't like. Yeah. Driving on public property, on public roads with the camera hanging out. That happened over a month ago. It's the only time I've been in the Hendersonville area. As of now, granted, I would not. And it is I was just in Arizona for the Laura Owens case. I absolutely could have done a drive-by of her house. I did not do it. That's not my style. It's not something that I want to do. However, it would have been perfectly legal for me to do so because they're public roads. And if I had wanted to drive by her house, I could have done it legally. However, knowing what I know about Laura Owens and her mother and all the, calling the cops and all the stuff that they do, I have no time for that shit. And I also didn't want her to have, like my mother's license plate. That would have been terrible. Oh, by the way, my mother fell down on a cement sidewalk and busted her face. Yeah, my almost 80-year-old mother tripped and busted her face on the sidewalk. Oh my God. I got this call the other day. Oh, she's okay, by the way. She's fine. And it's a miracle. She didn't break anything. She was with my sister and she was showing her some crumbling wall in front of the house that she wanted to get fixed. And she turned around to go back to the house. Thank God my sister was there. She turned around to go back to the house and her toe got caught on some uneven pavement. And she went down face first and she hit the cement with her face right here. And Sue Scottsdale. Believe me, my lawyer sister has already considered it. She was like, what? We're suing the city. I'm like, calm down. But we were so worried that she would break a hip, yes, or something else. But my mom's a tough old bird. And in fact, I have a picture. The picture is so bad. Oh my God. I have a picture. I will post it on Locals because my Locals fam, I should probably ask my mom if she cares. I'll ask mom if she doesn't mind if I post her battered face. Because when she posted the picture, we were like, the big joke was, we know you can't talk about Fight Club. She has a huge black eye. Her entire side of her face is like, but no, she didn't break anything. Freaking amazing. Amazing. She didn't even sprain anything. The majority of the fall was just right here in her face. And she didn't even she had a slight concussion and she didn't even have I was worried she would have a brain bleed. But she was in the hospital. And yeah, that is what happened to Lloyd. His toe got caught on a rug. Her toe got caught on uneven pavement and she just went down. And my sister, thank God she only weighs 90 pounds, my mom, because my sister was able to pick her up. And my sister has a gimpy arm because she has a terrible break and she broke her arm and the surgery went bad. So she cannot use one of her arms. She was still able to lift her and carry her to the house. And then some yard guys who were working came running and then they grabbed her and brought her into the house. And then they called 911. It was a whole thing. Yeah, she's okay though. She's okay. But it was scary. My mother doesn't give me a break. She's just in and out of the hospital. No, she's good though. We call Alabama Nana says at our age we call it the senior trip and fall Olympics. It's all in how you stick the landing. Broke my arm in February, caught my toe on a tractor implement. Oh, that sounds awful. Who's here? I hear you at my door. I hear someone at the door, but I guess they went away. All right. Let's get back to the article. There are 935 of you here right now. I hope that you have hit the like button. Did you hit the like button yet? I'm actually not on the YouTube studio, and I should be. So let me get over there so I can tell how many of you are jipping me out of my like. Are you jipping me out of my like right now? Because if you are, I'm going to know about it in 5, 4, 3, You better hit it. 2, 2.5. Oh, dang. Now the studio's not loading. 2 3/4. Why isn't the studio loading? That's weird. How you doing over there on Rumble? Anybody over there on Rumble? Oh, I've got the wrong Rumble link open. That could be why. Oh, did I never reset Rumble? I didn't. Rumble's not live tonight. Whoops. I had a problem on Rumble.
I have anxiety over the roof.
I don't know if Rumble's working or not. It should be. All right. 637 likes. That's not that bad. Ooh, but the revenue is bad. It's not even mediums. It's not even medium wage. Damn. Here I thought with Tug gone, you guys might be grateful to see me, but I guess not. I guess everyone has other things to do. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Is Rumble even working? Legal Vices is back tomorrow for his Fuck It Friday stream. And Monday, Legal Vices and I will be back with Neighbor Wars Part 3. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We will be doing it every day next week. Monday, 9 a.m. on his channel. Tuesday, 8 a.m. on my channel. 8 a.m. Eastern time. We have to go early because I have a thing with a kid. But that is happening next week. We will be back doing the Florida Man Neighbor Wars next week, which should be great. Kitty Ninja, did you take your meds today? Yes, I did. I guess it doesn't show. It doesn't show. Oh, well. Okay. Yeah, I guess I forgot to set up Rumble correctly. Oh, well. Okay. Let's get back over to this, whatever we were reading. I've totally forgotten. Okay, she says that nothing of that never happened. As of Sunday, there's still a video on the Bullhorn Betty page from a June live stream in which Griffin appears to be outside the Proudfoot home. There was another video posted on August 1st, which Griffin says she is near a campground Chris Proudfoot was allegedly at, adding that she had been there through the week and that he hasn't been coming to his camper. Griffin goes on to say that she was going by their house later that day. I mean, none of those things seem like stalking if she's in the pursuit of a news story. It appears for her to get an ex parte order, from everything I'm reading, she would have to say, I am an imminent threat to her life and I am in Florida, Griffin continued. I have never laid eyes on this woman in the flesh. I have never reached out to her by phone, email, or text messages. I have never even responded to any of her Facebook posts. I haven't talked to this lady. There are other videos in which Griffin appears to accuse the Proudfoots of not wanting Sebastian found. Well, that's an opinion. If your opinion is that those people don't want him found, that's your opinion. It might not be true, but that's your opinion. You know? Yeah, right, Rogue Mama. The meds wear off by nighttime. So night streams can get a little dicey. But I feel like when did I take it? It was like 11. Yeah, so it's probably wearing off. You're right. It's wearing off. I can't take them at night or I won't be able to sleep. It's weird how a stimulant calms my brain down. It's a strange thing. That's why caffeine. It's why I can drink coffee all day long. I should get a cup of coffee. Maybe that would help. Oh, Angie's wave. Thank you for the 50. Huge. We are now past medium wage. Good. Thank you so much, Angie. Breadsticks for Megan's Margarita Fun Chat. I still haven't had a margarita day after the last time. That last time was rough morning. Okay. So she's saying, I never talked to her. I've never reached out to her by phone, email, text messages. I've never responded to any of her Facebook posts. I have not talked to this lady. So it does seem that stalking might be a little bit overboard for the charge, because if there's no communication between the two, and she's just driving by the house one time while doing a live stream, that's less than Turtle Boy did. And I don't think that what he did was illegal or should be seen as witness intimidation. Weird. Griffin said she believes these accusations are just a distraction. I don't like the drama on the channel, and the more I resist it and keep it focused on Sebastian, the more these distractions keep coming up. She went on to say it's all about Sebastian Rogers and how we can bring him home, and not about his parents. I mean, to be fair, in a lot of these missing kid cases, it ends up being a parent. It's not out of the realm of possibility that one or more of his parents or step-parent might have had something to do with it. I mean, that's something that people are just going to believe. And that's unfortunate. But look at what's her name? Madeline McCann. Her parents are under intense scrutiny and have been for years. Are they, oh, Squid, you're going to bed. You have an early morning cleaning out Grandpa's house. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, by the way. That's a rough time. So get your sleep. Get your sleep, Squid, and hug baby Squid for me. Here's some music for baby Squid, just to play you out. Good night, baby Squid. Baby Squid is our channel mascot. She loves this song. Toddlers love my music. Oh, toddlers, by the way. So there's this toddler that is the sister of a friend of Hangry's, and she is so cute. Oh my God. She's adorable. She has ringlets. You know how I feel about ringlets. And we were over at his friend's house, and I was playing Go Fish with her. And I mean, she was desperate for attention because it was her older brother's birthday, and she wasn't allowed to be part of the birthday festivities because she's the little sister. So I was trying to keep her occupied, and I was like, let's play a game. So I was giving her all my attention. And I said something, we were going to see her again today. And I said to Hangry, oh, she is so cute. This little girl, I said, she is so cute. And he goes, ugh. I said, why are you making that sound? And he goes, well, whenever you're around her, I feel very, what was the word he used? What did he say? It was so, I can't believe I'm going to forget the word. He was basically saying he was outmatched. That was the word. He goes, I feel so outmatched. And I said, why do you feel outmatched? And he was like, well, I'm getting older. Not really that cute anymore, you know? So cute. I told him, I'm like, well, yeah. But you're handsome now. And you really can't compete with the cuteness of a toddler with ringlets. I mean, she's like Shirley Temple. Sorry, man. She's like, I feel outmatched. Like, well, grow some ringlets, you know, dude, what can I tell you? All right. A court hearing is set for August 8th at the Sumner County Courthouse. Bullhorn Betty's YouTube videos will be summarized for the DA's office. I would love that summary. Until then, the document said Griffin could not come within 100 feet of Katie or her home. Yeah, it's true. He can't beat Shirley Temple. I mean, little girls with ringlets. They're just so dang cute. And she's so cute. She came running up to me at the bowling alley and she goes, do you remember? I beat you at Go Fish. Ringlets bouncing. I'm like, I remember. WKRN reached out to Katie Proudfoot for comment, but did not receive a response. Also coming up this month. Well, now why didn't Katie Proudfoot respond? Interesting. So they reached out to her for a comment about this, but she didn't have one. I mean, see, this would be a great time to tell WKRG, not to be confused with WKRP, where the turkeys are flying from helicopters. But this would be a great time to tell WKRG that, like, here's the really crazy shit this woman did. Here are the threats that we got. Here's the emails. Here's the proof. Look at this. Look at this crazy shit that she did. She was like running around our property with a flashlight. She came on our property and whatever it was that required an order of protection, but they didn't respond. She didn't respond. So that made me go, things that make you go, you know, and okay, so here's another one. So now we have the MSN article. Let's go over there. Will we find out anything new in this one? MSN.com. She is dangerous. Mother of missing Tennessee teen files order of protection against YouTuber. Sumner County. The mother of missing Tennessee teenager Sebastian Rogers said she's being stalked by a YouTuber who's covering the case. That YouTuber, however, claims she's innocent. Okay, we know about the disappearance, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Despite many... Okay. Katie now says she's being stalked and harassed. She recently requested a temporary order of protection against a YouTuber by the name of Bullhorn Betty. Now, here's what a good reporter would do. A good reporter would ask the W's. When, where, why, what, and how much. That's an H, but it's part of it. When, where, why, what, and how much. Notice how none of these questions are being answered. So Katie Probfoot says she's being stalked and harassed. At this point, you ask Katie, how are you being stalked? When were you stalked? In what way were you stalked? And you add that into your article. But we don't get that. We don't get any of that. We get nothing. Look at what we get here. She recently requested a temporary order of protection against a YouTuber by the name of Bullhorn Betty. A description of the account, which has more than 34,000 subscribers, says Bullhorn Betty is a victims' rights activist who covers certain cases to help in the search of those missing and or presumed dead. This sounds like the exact same article we just read. Who, if anyone, is stalking you? What, if anything, has she done? I need to know the specifics of this stalking. I need to know, like, if she is stalking you, I will be the first person to be like, dude, that's weird and you should stop. Like, is she in your bushes? Is she in the bushes with the binoculars at night, like looking into your windows? That's stalking. So what are we talking about here? But we don't get any details. And when you see an article like this, you should have questions. When I write an article at pjmedia.com where you can read my articles, I answer the question, who, what, where, how much, how many. There's another one. There's another one. When, who, what, where, when, how much, and how many. And how. Did I say how much and how many? That's the same thing. How and how much. Did I say why? I missed why. What are there, 8 of them? All right. I've had 2 glasses of wine. How come? No.
Phrasing?
But you have to ask the W's. You have to ask the W's. And if you don't ask them and answer them, then your article is useless. This is useless to me. I am not saying that Bullhorn Betty didn't harass these people, but the media has done a shitty job telling us how, because I still don't know, other than she drove past their house once while she was on a live stream, and that is not harassment. I don't care how you cut that. That is not stalking. One time, John, get away from the window. I need that button.
My child just fell down.
I need the John one. I don't have that one.
You are not a nice person.
The petition for an order of protection was filed last week. According to the document, Katie claimed that Andrea Griffin, the woman behind the bull, or maybe we'll find out now what she did, is inciting the public and her social media followers to aid in her stalking. How? How is she incite? Do you guys not see that? Who wrote this? Do you not see this? Katie. Oh, it's Caitlin Quisenberry. It's the same woman we just read on that. So they took the local news item and they reprinted it on MSN. So this is the exact same thing. Do you see how the news works? Do you see how the news works? This person, Quisenberry, let's see if we can find her. I mean, it's not that she did this on purpose. I just feel like these people have not been educated properly in their journalism. I went to J school. Granted, I only went for 1 year and I got tired of it and I wanted to work. Quisenberry. How do I spell Quisenberry? Quisenberry. Oops, nope. I'm in the wrong thing. Quisenberry. We are looking for a Caitlin. I'm looking for her on Twitter because if she's here, oh, I found her. All right, we're gonna ask her. We're just gonna ask her because, honest to God, I need to know the answer to this question. Where did I just have that? I had it here. Katie claimed that Andrea Griffin. All right, so let's take a screenshot. And then I am going to, I just really want to know, like, and I don't want to troll her. I just want to know, like, did you ask? How? Did you? Because I just don't get it. This is basic journalism 101. This is what you learn your first day in school. How? What? When? Why? Where? Answer those questions. Hey, Caitlin. Did you ask Katie Proudfoot how, when, where, or any other specifics about this alleged stalking by Bullhorn Betty? I'm really curious how she got the restraining order when no reports tell us what the stalking was. What it was, not what it was, what the stalking was comprised of was, what's the word I'm looking for? Entailed? What the stalking behavior was, other than driving by the home one time. Then I'm going to put the screenshot I took. I'm like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but did you ask? And the reason why this bothers me and the reason why I think this is a big deal is because there is a concerted effort to make what I do here and what all law tubers do, covering court cases from an independent perspective, to make what we do illegal, to call us stalkers. Laura Owens tried to do it to everybody covering her case. She called us stalkers and harassers. Do you not see a pattern here? You don't have to like Bullhorn Betty. I get it. A bunch of you do not like her. I don't know who she is. But there is a be very careful when you see shit like this, but there's no details. None. Zero. None. I can't find any details of how this woman actually stalked these people. Let's look up criminal stalking in Tennessee. Like I don't want to get crazy. I'm not trying to get... Don't get crazy. Let me just calm it down. We are at a night stream. It is nighttime. Tennessee criminal Stop. Because if she's not guilty of criminal stalking, then this is just a waste of resources for people who are suffering from those things. If she's just a YouTuber, like, suck it up and move on and stop watching her YouTube channel. Here's an idea. The family of Sebastian Rogers, if they're upset about this, should quit watching YouTube. Turn it off. But it's not stalking to have your opinions on things. All right, let me see. Stalking in Tennessee is a Class A misdemeanor, but what's the definition of it? Let's see. Here's the code. Here's the code. Let me bring it up. Let's look at it. Let's see what the actual definition is. I feel like the people who bring these charges don't do this. Why don't you do this? Why don't you look into these things in the media? Why don't you look at the code and see what it is? Criminal offenses, offenses against public health, safety, and welfare, disorderly conduct, and Section 39 is stalking, aggravated stalking, and especially aggravated stalking. Okay. Course of conduct means a pattern of conduct composed of a series of two, and believe me when I tell you this, there will be laws written to include YouTube in these laws soon. If we don't put a kibosh on it, they will include YouTubers in this because they want us silenced. Now, I don't know if Bullhorn Betty's contributions to the case are helpful or not helpful, but to me, it doesn't really even matter. To me, it doesn't matter if she is bombastic, if she's more like an Alex Jones, or if she's more. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. She has a right to her opinion. As long as she's not breaking the law. And so far, no one has been able to show me where she's breaking the law, where she crossed a line. I haven't seen it. You guys, if you guys have it and you have evidence of this, please send it to me. Because if she has broken the law, I would not be for that. I would not be. And in a lot of these things, I'm not for either. I'm not driving by anybody's house. I'm not doing that. But that's my choice. All right. Means a pattern of conduct composed of a series of two or more separate non-continuous acts, evidencing a continuity of purpose, including but not limited to acts in which the defendant directly, indirectly, or through third parties by any action, method, device, or means follows, monitors, observes, surveils, threatens, or communicates to a person or interferes with a person's property. Driving past someone's property does not interfere with their property. Communicating to an audience about a public news story is not communicating to the person in that story. The point of me talking about this story is not to talk to the people involved in it, either Sebastian Rogers' parents or his step-parents or anybody. My intent is to talk to you, the audience, the public who are interested in this story. Yeah, Lisa Charton, maybe that's what it was. Who, what, where, when, why, and to what extent. Yes, to what extent. That is correct. You were right. That's the one I was trying to remember. That's why I said how much or how many. To what extent is the same sort of thing. So I don't think that from what I've seen reported in the news, I do not believe that Bullhorn Betty violated letter A, because she wasn't communicating with Katie Proudfoot in any of the things she was doing. She was communicating with her audience, which is different than communicating with Katie Proudfoot. Yeah, Sally Bischoff has an interesting take. If you want your kid back and alive, you should be okay with anybody that wants to help. You would think that you would be. You know, if there's these people who've taken a special interest in your son's case, although if they turn on you and they're like, we think you did it, well, then obviously you're not going to like that very much. And I mean, that's reasonable that they don't like it. I get that they don't like it. And that's okay. They don't have to like it. But this is America, and people are allowed to have their opinions. B, notwithstanding subdivision A includes one instance of placing an electronic tracking device without the consent of a person on the person or in the person's property. I don't think she's been accused of that, of electronically tracking the Proudfoots. Emotional distress means significant mental suffering or distress that may but does not necessarily require medical or other professional treatment or counseling. Well, I haven't heard that Katie Proudfoot or her husband had to go get medical treatment because of it. So I don't know. I don't think that relates. Harassment means conduct directed toward a victim that includes but is not limited to repeating or continuing unconsented contact. That's contact with the victim. It doesn't appear that Bullhorn Betty has made any contact with the victim. She has talked about the family, but it does not appear that she's attempted to make any contact directly with them. I mean, sweet one, I agree that it's bad form to yell at parents and call them murderers when there haven't been any arrests. I agree. But, however, that's something that should be addressed in civil court in a defamation claim. You don't go get an order of protection against someone for expressing their First Amendment rights. They have a right to their opinion. Now, their opinion might be wrong. Her opinion might be totally wrong, and his parents have nothing to do with this. That is absolutely possible. And I didn't see any red flags in that interview, and I have no opinion on it whatsoever. I don't know where Sebastian Rogers is, and I would not begin to guess. I wouldn't begin to guess. But I don't think that she's made any direct contact with them. That she said she hasn't. I haven't seen any that she has. Number 2, the conduct is committed with reckless disregard for whether the victim will suffer emotional distress as a result of the conduct. But again, that means contact with the person. I don't believe she's made contact with them at all. The victim suffers emotional distress as a result of the conduct, does not include constitutionally protected activity or conduct that serves a legitimate purpose. Media coverage is both. It is a protected activity and a legitimate purpose. It's both. It's both. Stalking means a willful course of conduct involving repeated or continuing harassment of another individual that would cause a reasonable person to feel terrorized, frightened, intimidated, threatened, harassed, or molested, and that actually causes the victim to feel terrorized, frightened, intimidated, threatened, harassed, or molested. This is pretty subjective. Red Storm. Oh, so Rumble is working. Where the hell is my Rumble stream? I couldn't find it. Oh, I guess Rumble is working. Look, there's Rumble. There's this Red Storm's on Rumble. Nice. I just couldn't find it. Hello, Rumble. Unconsented contact, which again, she's not being accused of that. Okay, oh, this is interesting. This might work. Unconsented contact means any contact with another person that is initiated or continued without that person's consent or in disregard of that person's expressed desire that the contact be avoided or discontinued. Unconsented contact includes, but is not limited to, any of the following: following or appearing within the sight of a person. Okay, that might actually fit driving past someone's house. But if you only did it one time, don't you have to be trespassed in order to be told you're not allowed to do it again? Because it is a public street. Approaching or confronting that person in a public place or on a private property. Well, I don't think she did that. I don't think she confronted anyone. I think she just drove by their house. Appearing at that person's workplace or residence. Okay, that one's in there. Appearing at that person's workplace or residence. So perhaps Tennessee had the right to do this then. But then again, it's like, what about constitutional rights? So how is it that you can show up at you can show up at a Supreme Court justice's house in Chevy Chase, Maryland, and you can have a several day protest / DJ party outside of Brett Kavanaugh's house. And that's perfectly protected. But these people have special protection? They're more special than a Supreme Court justice? Like, really? Because I'm not just appearing at someone's residence. That's what they're trying to get Turtle Boy over. And I think that's crazy. But it is in the law here. So this is really, really broad, though. Unconsented contact. That could be anybody. So if anybody shows up at your house, you can slap them with a harassment order because they didn't get your consent. Ooh, can I do that to the Jehovah's Witnesses that keep coming to my house? Because my God, the third time I was so nice to them. The first 2 times. Oh, I was so nice. I sat there. I watched their video. I was like, and I kept telling them, I'm a Catholic. I do believe in Jesus. Yes, I'm a Catholic. You can move on. And then the third time they came, I walked outside and I said, leave now or I'm going to release the hound. Get off my property or the dog is coming out of the house. They never came back. Boats and Hose says there is a law in Florida now about protesting in neighborhoods thanks to her. It's bad, Megan, real bad, I promise. Okay, what is that law? I mean, how bad? But what did she do? Everybody keeps telling me that it's really bad and no one will tell me what she did. No one will tell me what it is that she did that is so bad. If you would explain it to me, then maybe we could get somewhere. But I can't. The news won't tell me what it is that she did. What was I going to look up? Law in Florida, protesting in neighborhoods. All right. What is this? When was this? May 16th. Today, Governor Ron DeSantis signed HB 1571, which prohibits picketing and protesting outside of a person's place of residence. Sending unruly mobs to private residences like we've seen with the angry crowds in front of the homes of Supreme Court justices is inappropriate. That's my view. I think it's inappropriate too. I don't think that protesting outside of someone's private home is a good idea. I think you should go to the public spaces for that. But there are many places where there aren't bills like this, so you can do it. This bill will provide protection to those living in residential communities, and I'm glad to sign it into law. But is it constitutional? I don't know. Once this law takes effect, law enforcement officers will provide a warning to any person picketing or protesting outside of a dwelling and will make arrests for residential picketing only if the person does not peaceably disperse after the warning. And you know why they're doing that? Because this is fucking unconstitutional. That's why. That's why they're giving you a warning. Because this will not stand up. I'm sorry, but it won't. I know that you think that it should be this way, and even I agree that it should be this way, that no one can protest outside your house, but that is not what the Constitution says. The Constitution says the public has a right to picket. They have a right to protest, and on public walkways and public roads, they can't get on your property, but they can certainly protest outside. I mean, I think this is a very dangerous road to go down. I don't like the idea of residential picketing. And it says it will be punishable as a second-degree misdemeanor. I bet this will be challenged, and I would be very surprised if it stood up. I would be very surprised. And And I think that's why they're giving a warning first. They know it. They know it. They know that that's not going to... If that ever gets to the Supreme Court, they will have to strike it down, because for the very reason that they've been picketed at their own houses and they couldn't do anything to stop it. And if they did decide that no, residences are off, they're off limits, everyone would be like, you're doing that for yourself. You're doing it because you don't want to be picketed, not because the people would be served by this. How are the people served by a law that says you can't picket the mayor's house? I mean, Samantha, I know we think this, that no one should picket a private residence. I believe no one should do it. But the difference of that, the question is, should you be banned from it? Should you not be allowed to picket a residence? Is a different question than whether you should. And when you start saying it's not allowed to picket here or there, suddenly you can't picket here or there or anywhere. That's the problem. That is the problem. And believe me, they will push it further. If you get it outlawed that you can't picket in a neighborhood, next thing you know, you can't picket the library either, because there are children there. So you can't picket outside a library. That, there are free speech zones. You go to the free speech zone. Yeah, this is a very dangerous territory, you guys. Very dangerous. I realize that a library isn't a home, but it's a slippery slope. We go directly from residences to, well, you can't picket the police force. You can't picket the police building because, we're very busy and important there, and we have cars going in and out, and, someone could get hurt. So, you guys, everyone keeps telling me that all these bad things happened. I'm going to need links, and I promise you I'll do a follow-up stream with all the information that you guys send me that shows me all this bad behavior that this woman did. But so far, the news has done a very poor job reporting anything that she's done. Everything they've reported that she's done, I'm like, I don't get it. Rogue Mama, or leave it to the mods. More people need to learn that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. That is correct. That is correct. That's how I feel about that. That's why I don't do certain things, because I don't think I should. Debbie, thanks for the 5 golf lessons and glass beads. Thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate that. PDW gifted 1 Megan Fox membership. Welcome to the Fox Den. Whoever got that one. Every time I go over here, the lighting gets really weird. Should I turn the light on? There. No, it still does it. Weird. AKA the cat lady. Member for 1 month. I'm behind, but I fucking hate Julie Grant. Me too. She went after Maya and Karen Reed. I know, me too. In fact, I think I have an overlay for her. Didn't we call her the twat waffle? The court TV cunt? I think that's what we used to call her here. Wanda Perez, thanks for the 5. My mom fell. Oh, I'm so sorry. And busted her knee up. 7 stitches on inside and 20 on the outside. Oh my God. Please give your mom a hug and a kiss for me. That is terrible. Oh, we're going to have to get our parents in a support group together. Oh, the falling is so terrifying. I told my mom, you've got to use a walker. You have got to use a walker. She's like, but I don't need a walker. I'm like, clearly you do. Tina, thanks for the 2. Check email or locals. All right, let me get over to locals. What am I looking for? Oh, Squid got a new hair color. I see that. Who am I? I'm looking for Tina. Okay, wait. I'm looking. Hold on. Hold, please. Oh, okay. So Fun Bun on Locals is telling me that there may be a TikTok showing her confronting Chris Proudfoot in the middle of the road. Ooh, well. Okay, wait. There's a YouTube video. Hold on. This is a 47-minute video. Did you give me a timestamp? Oh, 30 minutes. Okay. All right, we're going to go to 30 minutes. All right, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the thing that's going to convince me. Maybe. Hold on. I got to copy. All right, I'm glad you sent this because I'm really like I don't get it. And I need to get it if she did something. Like, I don't think people should be stalked, harassed, any of that stuff. All right, we are going to go to 30 minutes. 30 minutes in. And apparently there's some altercation between... Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Who is Terry Bowersocks? Who's Terry Bowersocks? I don't know who that is. Wait, you can't hear it? Really? Okay, hold on. She says Terry Bowersocks confronted her, that Terry Bowersocks comes in. You should be able to hear it now. Hold on, I gotta share it.
Oh, Terry Bowersocks. Oh, you wanna come around here? Oh, look at who it is. It's Terry Bowersocks.
Okay, so that's grandfather, is what you're saying. You still can't hear it? You should be able to hear it now.
Look who just pulled up.
Imagine that, literally as I'm saying that.
QX80. Coming up, taking my tag plate. Let's turn around on his tag plate.
Oh, I don't want to see anyone's license plates.
My license plate. Why are you filming me? Because you came by me, Mr. Bowersocks. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm in a public place. Yes. Why are you harassing me and following me? Why are you harassing me and following me when I'm conducting business?
Okay, for one thing, if you're asking someone a question, you should let them answer.
How can I be following you? You just were in the plaza. You've been following.
She doesn't let him answer the question. He keeps trying to say something, and I want to hear what it is, but she keeps talking over him.
Me. Sir, you guys have been harassing me and threatening me for 2 days. Prove it. I am. Right here, sir. Right here, sir.
Might as well finish it.
Prove it? Yeah. I did just prove it, asshole.
All right, so, God, it's amazing how ugly these things can get so quickly. So it does appear that she's sitting in her car, though. Let's watch what happened before this.
My friend is who is threatening the people of this community that come in.
So she's sitting in her car doing a live.
They threatened me.
Literally right after I say that, he pulls up.
They threatened me. Oh, Terry Bowersocks. Oh, you wanna come around here? Oh, look at who it is. It's Terry Bowersocks.
So it seems like he approached her. She's not moving. She's sitting in her car. Now, would I have reacted that way to someone who approached my car? Probably not. I'd roll up the window and maybe drive away. But I mean, just because she decided to get in his face, he approached her. So to me, that seems like he wants the interaction. He sought her out. He sought her out. I mean, okay, All right. So is there more to this? All right. So K-Pick says she was literally sitting there waiting for him. She hung a sign right next to his car and waited for him to come out of the store. Well, do we have pictures of that? Do we know that's true? I can only go on what I can see here. And what I can see in this video, so from her perspective, it seems like he approached her. Some of you are saying that she had been following him. All right. If she was following him, this is way too stupid. Why is she following him? Why is she following him? Crime Sleuthin says, read my chats for the correct info. She's been stalking, slandering, and harassing. Well, why? Here's my question to you, Crime Sleuthin. Why hasn't the news reported this alleged stalking, slandering, and harassing? Because what they have reported has been so vague booking that no, it doesn't answer any of the questions. How, when, where, why, and to what extent. I haven't seen any of that. It's just Katie Proudfoot alleging that she's being stalked without saying how, and alleging that she's encouraging her audience to do the same without saying how or what has resulted from it. So you can understand my confusion when I see in other cases, like in the Karen Reed case, how they're going after Turtle Boy for alleged witness tampering, which is absolutely insane, for exercising his First Amendment rights to have a different opinion than the Commonwealth, and really and driving by, doing a drive-by protest. You know, this is still America. You can protest, and I guess you can't do it in Florida anymore in residential areas, and to me, that's a real problem. I don't like that at all. I don't want people protesting at my house, and I don't want to participate in a protest at someone else's house. But I can see where one day it might become important to be able to do. This might not be the day, you know. This particular case might not be that moment, but there might be one coming up where a lot of us want to protest at somebody's house, and now all of a sudden we can't. That's, to me, the scary thing. I don't think you should ever curtail First Amendment rights unless ever. Let me take that unless out of that statement. First Amendment rights shall not be infringed. Period. The right to protest on public property shall not be infringed. And a public road in a residential area is public. The public sidewalk is public. Now, if the family and look, I feel this about the McCabe's. I feel it about my own family. If something were to happen where my house was being picketed every day, I think the reasonable thing to do is for us to pick up and leave. Whatever we got into that was so bad that people are picketing my house every day, I think it's time to move on. But I don't think it's time to curtail the people's rights because somebody is offended by the people's rights. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And I might be wrong about her. But so far, what I'm saying is the news has not been good about reporting this. They have not reported the actual stalking. Yeah, I remember those pickets in front of the laundry's house. I actually referenced them not too long ago because I was saying, for the Turtle Boy case, because he's facing 120 years in prison for a drive-by picket of the McCabe's house. And I was like, remember those pickets in front of the laundry's house? I mean, nothing ever happened to those people, but I guess you're saying that it did. Maybe I didn't pay attention. But I remember those. I remember the pickets in front of the laundry's house. But I will say this. The fact that there were pickets in front of his house made that a much bigger story than it probably would have been, and it put a lot of pressure on them. And it turned out that mother had communicated with her son about this girl being missing, and she didn't tell the police. So, I don't know. Was that valid? It seemed to have gotten somewhere. Right. Okay. So you guys want me to get into her history. Okay, fine. I have that. I just, at this point, like, I haven't watched a ton of her.
Look who just pulled up.
I haven't watched a ton of her content. It's just not something that I would be interested in. Because to me, the content doesn't really matter as long as, because whatever her opinions are. Yeah, I know. I reported that. The 6 violations of her protection orders. I would really like to see the written protection orders, because I'd like to see what the evidence was for the protection orders. I think it's very, look, Crime Sleuth, and here's the thing. I'm involved in 3 cases, 3 cases where liars have gotten or trying to get orders of protection against the media to stop them from talking about legitimate stories. And the media happen to be YouTubers. And this is a way to silence people using orders of protection. If this person is defaming them, they have every right to go to civil court and file a defamation lawsuit. What they don't have a right to do is use a criminal protection order to silence the media. That is wrong. That is not the way to go about it. And in fact, it's like, what's the word? It's finding a workaround in the law. It's a loophole. It's a loophole. Okay, so Crime Sleuth says, I get that. Turtle Boy, exactly. Turtle Boy, Jeremy Hales. Larry, DUI guy, who's being sued right now for putting Lynette Preston in his thumbnails. I mean, you don't understand the kind of things that are happening to YouTubers, and they're coming after us for reporting on these stories and treating us like we aren't members of the media, and because of that, we can be treated like criminal harassers and stalkers just for reporting the news. That cannot be allowed. So Crime Sleuth says BHB is way past that and been victimizing victims' families for many years. Okay, speaking of that, let's get back over to my Miro board, because I do have a story from her past. But again, blame the media. I'm going to tell you right now, blame the media, because let me show you. This is very interesting. Let me show you how the media reported this. All right, so this is her mugshot. She was arrested. This is the Facebook post by Nick Barris at NC5. Bullhorn Betty was arrested. Griffin is a YouTuber who's been very outspoken about the case of missing Sebastian Rogers. The 15-year-old will have been missing from his Hendersonville, Tennessee home 6 months tomorrow. Rogers' mother claims that she's been harassed by Griffin and was granted an order of protection. And now authorities in Sumner County tell me that Griffin was arrested last night and booked on violation of order of protection restraining order ×2. And there are actually 6 violations. But here's the thing. Do you have the orders of protection, and do you know what the violations were? And I would like to see those in writing. So Crime Sleuth, and if you have those, I would love to go over them, because I would like to see how they stand up to the law. How did they say that she violated? I hate the way the media reports this. Look what they do. They don't tell you how. They don't tell you. They sort of tell you when. Indications are that the arrest happened at a vigil for Sebastian in Clarksville. You can't even corroborate that. Why didn't you get the details before you report this to people? I'm not sure where the alleged violations happened. No other details released. That, to me, that's red flags all over the place. Red flags. No other details. Can't even tell you when. Can't tell you where. Can't tell you what. That's a problem for me. The cops need to be transparent about what the alleged violations are. Because here's the thing. Here's the deal. If they can do it to her, and not give you any details about how. They can do it to me. They can do it to Larry. They can do it to Jeremy. They can do it to anybody. So you might not like her, and she might be over the top, and she might be obnoxious and all the other things. But I do not like this reporting. I think it stinks to high heaven. They have not given us any of the information that we actually need to make an informed decision on whether or not this woman did anything that should justify these charges, should justify an order of protection, or violations of that order. What did she do to actually violate the orders? And here's the thing. Everyone's like, go to her, watch her videos. How come the media hasn't explained it to us? Why has the media who's been reporting this case, how come they haven't explained it in their reporting? I mean, I could go, you want me to go and watch her videos, hours and hours and hours of her videos? I can't, I don't have time. You can email me any of this stuff that you want to email me. But if you think people are getting the wrong impression of this case, blame the media. Because all of the media articles from MSN to the Daily, I think the Daily Mail even had something, to WKRG or whatever, none of them have given us any details that have been helpful in any way. Blame them. Blame them. I want to know, what are the acts of stalking? What are the acts? When did they happen? What did they consist of? Where, what, when, to what extent? I want to see the evidence. Were there text messages? Were there phone calls? Are there voicemails? Are there, where's the evidence? And I'm telling you, look at this. Indications are the arrest happened at a vigil. I'm not sure. This is a newsman. NC5. I'm not sure where the alleged violations happened. The fuck? Get it from the cops. No other details released. What? All right, let's go to her history, because you guys want me to. Here's what the media wrote about her in the Summer Wells case. And you guys, I looked for articles on her on the I looked for articles on her in the laundry case, and there's nothing out there. Oh, the fruit fly is back. I missed it. Dang it. Fruit fly, come near me and I'm going to get you. I looked for articles on her in the Brian Laundrie thing, and I found nothing. I found nothing. Here's what I found in the Summer Wells case. Now, this is written like a love letter to her and her citizen journalist who came with her. So if you're mad about us not knowing what a terrible person she is, blame WJHL. Search for Summer Wells. Social media sleuths flock to Hawkins County. A group of self-proclaimed social media sleuths traveled to Hawkins County this week to offer aid in the search for missing child Summer Wells. Garnering a combined following of more than 3 million people, the group of 4 true crime fanatics told News Channel 11 that nearly 6 months without a break in the Summer Wells missing persons case was unacceptable. So they decided to come to Hawkins County and see if they could do something about it. Now, I don't find anything wrong with that necessarily, although it's a little bit of hubris to say that the police are inept or whatever after 6 months. A lot of cases take years to solve, and you can't find everybody as hard as they try, you know. Let's watch their little video here that they have. Wait, you can't hear that, can you? I have to change to the other browser. Hold on. Let's change browsers, shall we? All right, here we go. There we go. All right, let's get back down to that.
To the 5-year-old girl.
How do we make that? No.
Alex, thank you very much. The lack of answers and progress in the investigation into what happened to Summer Wells has frustrated not only law enforcement, but people around the world. Next Wednesday marks 6 months since family members reported the 5-year-old girl missing from our Beach Creek community home in Hawkins County, Tennessee. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the Hawkins County Sheriff, Ronnie Lawson, have stressed the negative impact of online rumors and misinformation on the search investigation. But 4 social media sleuths, as they see themselves with big followings, have come to our region in hopes of uncovering some clues that investigators may have missed. News Channel 11's Bianca Murray spoke with them.
The 4 have a combined following of over 2 million people. They say they came here for answers for both themselves and their ample audience.
I mean, it's been 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. And I don't want this girl to be a cold case.
They're at like a stalemate here. It's been 6 months and they still don't have answers.
So they are here, 4 social media sleuths from around the country traveling here to Hawkins County to keep up awareness. Summer Wells is still missing.
Pressure breaks pipes.
They are social media influencers and investigators. Their goal is to make noise and get noticed. They say it brings attention to victims, but criticism to their tactics.
And any leverage I can use, whether I like what's coming out of my mouth, if it's leverage that I can pull people in, I will use it.
It's just creepy.
Olivia Vital has 1.2 million followers on TikTok.
It means that we can reach a large audience and bring exposure and spotlight to these cases. It really is about spotlight and bringing awareness. And
Wait. Olivia Vital? Isn't she the one who wrote the article that I found earlier? Wait. Hold on. Oh, I think I closed it. So they may have had a falling out, because I think she might have been the one that I was reading from.
with my account, I'm able to do that.
They met while each individually covered the Gabby Petito murder investigation that gained national attention.
And the 4 of us came together as a group and put all of our talents and all our resources together. And we became a team. And we decided to come here for Summer Wells.
While in town, they say they met with the sheriff's office and surveyed the Wells property. They deliver any findings back to law enforcement.
This has opened up almost like a niche market for crime solving.
The idea is to keep spreading awareness. A finger touch to their phone starts their sometimes nightly conversations with their hungry for answers audience,
Our mission.
who support them.
The footage will speak for itself. So that's a super chat right there. Someone just donated $10. Thanks.
That $10 little by little adds up to pay for the means to work,
That is not helping.
which is what they say this is.
We're down in Florida. We're over in Utah. We're in Wyoming. We're now in Tennessee. This stuff costs real money. And, this is a full-time job. And the only way we could.
Okay, Rebel Bird says this little group of people is literally the worst of the true crime community. Maybe that's true. I don't know. I don't have any opinions on that. And I think everybody has a right to do their thing. But if that's true, isn't it the media's fault for highlighting them and giving them this spotlight and not doing their homework? And is the media trying to slander or smear YouTubers who do real investigative work, who do, actual independent investigation? Are they trying to use these people to smear the rest of us? I don't know. It's a good question to ask. I don't know. I don't know these people and I don't know their reputation. I am not part of a true crime thing. I don't do true crime. I do mostly the court cases. I talk about when it goes to court. I very rarely talk about these active cases as they're going on. And from what I've seen of the true crime community, I wouldn't want to join that crew. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. Like when I covered the Idaho 4, there were some people. It can become a mess. It can become a mess, as we all know. You get named in court documents and it becomes a mess. And then you got YouTubers suing other YouTubers. And I hear that I keep wanting to call her Bathhouse Betty. Bullhorn Betty has been very litigious. She's sued other YouTubers, and we've seen how this happens. Look what's happening with Jeremy Hales and Larry now, DUI guys being sued. This happens in this space. It's crazy. It's crazy. Everybody needs to calm down and quit suing one another.
Could afford to do something like this is by providing a service to the viewers, providing information they're getting no place else.
Those viewers trust what they pay for, and the reward for them is hope that Summer's case will be solved.
It gives me purpose, and I just feel like it's my duty to help bring justice to people that don't have a voice anymore.
The four say they gave local law enforcement a heads up before they came to town. They were granted an audience with investigators. This morning, I contacted Sheriff Ronnie Lawson and asked for an interview, but was denied. In Hawkins County, Bianca Murray, News Channel 11.
Okay, so, you know, these people, they're living out their dream, whatever that dream is. And this is America. You're allowed to have your dream, go after your dream. They've built up their little audiences, and they have that, and they're doing it. They're doing their thing. And I don't begrudge them that, you know, I just don't. If they find something that helps somebody, that's great. And if they're hurting people, then they should stop. But I really need to see if this woman has done anything illegal that would actually constitute stalking. So if any of you have that information and you want to send it to me, again, my email is meganfox.writer@protonmail.com, and I'm happy to look at it. Again, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't know anybody involved in this, and I don't care about any of them. I would like Sebastian Rogers to be found, and I think it's really sad that it's been 6 months and nobody has a clue. Do I think, I have no thoughts about who did it. And I have no thoughts about, I have one thought about the parents. If that story is true about what happened in California, that's really terrible. And I would have some questions about that. But that doesn't relate to why he's missing now, probably. Probably. We'll see. But it's a sad story, and it just goes to show that this YouTube thing, it's fraught with all kinds of dangers, and we're seeing it in the Jeremy Hales case, where we're being threatened with lawsuits for building Legos, of all things. I'm being threatened with a lawsuit over Legos. I mean, imagine someone calling this defamation of title. What? Legos. Really? So it can get messy. It can get messy and it can get ridiculous really quickly. But I am interested in this case. I'm interested in the fallout. I'm not interested in getting into the YouTube drama or anything, but I would like to know. I would actually like to see the charging documents. I would like to see the arrest affidavit. I would like to see the order of protection, the paperwork that was filed. I would like to see the hearing. Is that something that's available? Can we watch the hearing on this? If anybody out there can give me some information about this, about how we can find more information, because I feel like the media has given us very little on this, very little, very vague. And so I'm unable to make up my mind. I'm unable to say, do I think what she did was right or wrong? I don't know. The answer is I don't know, because I still can't figure out what it is she did. I can't figure out what it is they said she did other than stalking. But that could mean a lot of things. And so I need a definition. I need on this date, she was here, she did this thing, she was in the bushes, she was, I need the info. But none of the media has given me that. All I know is that this person has been put under arrest. She's facing now 6 violations of an order of protection. The order of protection doesn't appear to be anywhere. I've searched everywhere, can't find it. Where are the documents in this thing? It's weird. It's weird. And when we are talking about seeing YouTubers being sued and silenced and harassed for just doing their job and talking about a case, in other cases. So Jeremy Hales and DUI guy, and like I'm being threatened by this Bruce guy about building Legos for you guys, based on Lynette Preston's own words about what her and video of what her property looks like. It's crazy. And I want to make sure that YouTubers are not being railroaded by false accusations. I'm not saying that these accusations are false. I'm just saying that whatever happened, the media did a shit job telling us what actually happened. And in fact, where's my little thing? Here, I have a thing for that. I should have hit this. You know what the problem in this story is? Where's my videos? Where is it? Ah, here's the problem. Fake news. We have a problem with fake news. I haven't played that in forever. Blackhawk 57 Magnum says, honestly, Megan, I'm seeing a pattern of bad behavior from the other side. Like chasing people down the interstate at high speeds and having a bat in your hands when someone comes to your door. I don't think I understand this. Who's the other side? What side are we talking about? You mean YouTubers? There are YouTubers who do really stupid things. So if she's one of them, I would like to expose that. But so far, I haven't been able to. In the one video that you guys sent me, it seems like, and maybe it's because it's her video, but it seems like that man approaches her. So whatever happens after that point, it's like, well, you asked for it. Unless she breaks the law, but she didn't appear to. She just yelled at him. So if you approach someone, why does my camera keep doing that? If you approach someone, I don't know how you complain you're being stalked, but if she was following him, that would maybe change things. But I need to know the actual facts. Who is Nina? The Proudfoots chase who's Nina? I don't know who Nina is. Chased Nina down the interstate, and Terry met Nina at the door with a bat when she came looking for her daughter. I don't know who Nina is. So the way I look at this so far is this. It's kind of the same way that I think about when someone says, should the KKK have a platform in America? And me and the ACLU says yes. Not because we like the KKK, not because we think that there's anything worthwhile they have to say, but because if they can't speak, well, either can you. So I will defend your right to say things that I find personally abhorrent, because that protects my freedom of speech. So I don't have to like what Bathhouse Betty here, Bullhorn Betty. I don't have to like what Bullhorn Betty says. I don't have to like her show. I don't have to like her approach, but I do have to defend her right to say things that are uncomfortable for other people, as long as they're protected. So if she's not inciting violence, and I haven't seen any proof of that, and if she accuses someone of a crime, well, then that should be handled in civil case. If that's untrue, that should be handled in civil court. It should not be handled by a criminal order of protection, because that is a misuse of our criminal protection, our harassment laws. It's a misuse of them and a misuse of the court system, in my opinion, so far. Now, if you guys can show me, those of you who are, like, she's the worst, show me where she stepped over the line. Show me where she should absolutely be, arrested for this. Let me know. Let me know. Death's Angel, member for 3 months. Does your daughter sell her jewelry anywhere? I'd love to have a pair like those. She would totally sell you a pair. Would you like some? Just email me, and I'll put you in touch, and she can sell them to you. I'm sure she would. I think she said the going rate is like $15. So I don't know about for these. She did say they were glass beads, but approximately $15, $20. But email me. Where's my email address? There we go. All right, we'll go through the super chats, and then I think I'll call it a night. I did that. Checked email. Kim Dodds, thanks for the 10. Dear Megan, my 79-year-old father-in-law has dementia. I'm so sorry. He's been missing for 36 hours. He's been found alive after being lost in bushland. Thank God. Oh my God, thank God. Thank you for being there to take my mind off it a bit. I'm so glad he was found, Kim. That is so scary. That is so scary. I'm so sorry you went through that, but thank God he was found. What a wonderful thing. Rogue Mama, thanks for the 2. Someone posted a video link in locals of it. Yep, got it. Ronnie G, Mod's telling you to check. Yep, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. It took me a while, but I did get there. I did. I did. I got there. Wendy Bono says, Megan, you should wear your hair up more often. It's beautiful. Oh, thank you. I don't wear it up very often because it's a pain. Ellie Fant says, weirdos trying to make the USA the next USSR. We saw how that ended. That's what concerns me about these First Amendment violations. It's like, we know it's a slippery slope, right? SueTube, thanks for being a member for 1 month. You're my favorite Tubi. You cheer me up when live. And depression kicked my butt. It's been hell. And then I found you. Thanks, my lovely. Well, I'm so happy that I've made you feel cheerful. That's good. But also touch grass. That's my advice. Touch grass. Also get off YouTube and walk barefoot in the grass and stand in the sunshine, because that's good for you too. That's what I tell my kids, like get off the YouTube for a while. Ellie Fant, thanks for the 2. Free speech covers the crap you don't want to hear. Yeah, that's the thing. And it doesn't have to be speech we agree with. The most important speech to protect is the speech that we don't agree with, the speech we don't like. Ellie Fant, thanks for the 2. 1A for Legos. First Amendment for Legos. Absolutely. The First Amendment is for Legos too. Okay, so if any of you have information about this case, please let me know. meganfox.writer@protonmail.com. I am very interested in the charging documents here. Let me give you the list of things before I say goodbye. The charging documents. So the arrest affidavit for Griffin, the order of protection documents that were filed with the court from the Proudfoots. I'd like to see what the actual allegations were. Why does my camera keep autofocusing? It's weird. And yeah, just those 2 things. So and the violations of the orders of protection. She has 6 violations. So what are they? You realize I can't make my mind up if I don't know these things. I can't say, yeah, she's a bad person and she deserved this, or no, she isn't. I need to know. I need to know the court. I need to see the court documents. I need to see what the state's charged her with. I need to see this alleged criminal harassment and what it actually was. Driving past a person's house on a public street while live streaming is not a crime. So that cannot possibly be it. They had to have based it on something else. What county is it in? Sumner County, Tennessee? We might have to FOIA it. But I mean, look, and those of you out there with channels who have been, I watched a bunch of you in preparation for this stream. I watched a bunch of your channels who are very anti Bathhouse Betty. I'm sorry, I can't. Bullhorn Betty. I watched a bunch of your channels, and all I can say is, would you do me a favor and do a TLDR on all the evidence that she has done illegal things? Illegal. Please focus on the illegal things, not the obnoxious things, not the things you don't like, not the things that offend you. Illegal things. Do a TLDR and post for me so I can absorb it more, because you're doing, and I understand, because I do live streams too. So they're like 2-3 hour streams, and I'm trying to figure this out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, her new name is Bathhouse Betty. I'm sorry, but it just is. It just is. On this channel, she's Bathhouse Betty, because I can't remember Bullhorn Betty. So if you could do a TLDR on the reasons why Bathhouse Betty should be arrested, should be charged with criminal harassment, should be charged with criminal stalking, please make that video and send it to me. I would love to hear. I need to know. She streams from her bed constantly. On its backboard, Betty. Oh, that's funny. I need to know, though. Like, I need the actual facts. I can't make up my mind without seeing the actual things that she somehow did. Okay, so if she did these things, I need to know when, where, how, to what extent. Those are all. Answer the W's for me, please. Yeah, she was arrested in Montgomery County, but it got transferred to Sumner, didn't it? Headboard Betty. It's really funny. That's really funny. Yeah, please answer the 5 W's. Any of you YouTubers out there who, and I know there's a lot of you who really dislike her and like you really want the world to understand it. You need to do a TLDR, like no more than 20 minutes of the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, how, and to what extent. Okay? I need to see it. I need to see it because so far, nobody in the media has done a good job. Nobody. Not the YouTubers, not the mainstream media. I still can't figure the story out. We need receipts. Burnt Toast is covering it. I did watch some, but again, all I hear, and forgive me, Burnt Toast, it's not your channel. It's not like I don't know you and I don't know your channels and all this stuff. It's not that I'm not criticizing your channel. It's just that I have been unable to discern anything other than personal dislike for this person. And that, while I understand it, it doesn't help. It doesn't help me to decide whether or not the state is correct in slapping this woman with an arrest and a restraining order and violations of restraining orders. That's a very different thing. When we're talking about arresting YouTubers, your personal feelings about somebody, that is not interesting to me. I don't care how you feel about her. I want to know what are the facts of the things that she did that led to her arrest, what justifies the arrest, what justifies the restraining order. That shouldn't be a hard question to answer. So if you guys can do that, that would be really helpful. Please send it to me, meganfox.writer@protonmail.com, and maybe it'll make its way into a pjmedia.com article. That would be great. I would love that. Yes, Shelly, this is what I'm concerned about, that they're trying to stop you all little by little. And they start with the most obnoxious YouTuber out there, right? They'll start with the most obnoxious one, the one that everybody can't stand. And then everyone goes, well, she had it coming. But did she? Did she really? Or is it just an excuse to put the jackboot of the government down on our necks? That's what I'm concerned about. That's my concern. Is this just another notch in the belt for the state to come after YouTubers? You guys, you have to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that if they can do it to her and there's no reason for it, and we can't articulate a reason why the government did this, there's no way that they won't come after Jeremy Hales, and they won't go after Larry, and they won't come after me at some point. So where is the line? What is the line? What are the things I can't talk about? What are the opinions I can't have before the state gets angry, or some person that I'm covering the story about they're someone they know and they come after me? Like, what is that line? And that's what I'm concerned about. It really has nothing to do with Bathhouse Betty. It has nothing to do with her. I don't care. I don't care about her in particular, but I care about all YouTubers. Yeah, she should have shown up in court to fight it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the fact that she didn't show up in court is an automatic win for the other side. And that's a problem. You can't, you have to show up and fight. Bullhorn Betty. Her name is, what was it? Andra Griffin. Andrew Griffin. All right. I think that's it for me. I'm done. I'm done ranting at you. Do your squats.
You impose fatness on you. You did it by going, oh, I want the butter on the popcorn. Oh, I want the butter on the ice cream. Oh, I want the butter on the sandwich. Oh, I want the butter on the salad. Stop eating butter. Can you just get up, walk 1 mile?
Do squats!
Walk farther. And if you can't walk, crawl, roll, get dragged by a goddamn forklift. Whatever is wrong with you, just move. Ever. Get off the chair. Get off the couch. No one is coming to service you while you sink into that furniture, while you become one with the pleather your poor ass got on that Walmart couch. Can you try not floating into sadness? Stop eating, stop drinking, start walking, start doing anything that you haven't been doing, you fat piece of shit.